Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Well, good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Haugen. While we are waiting on more information after a fire in Centerville late last night, we've got some video here. Multiple fire departments worked to battle flames at Toads Cove gas station in Centerville. News 8 saw at least 8 fire departments on scene, including Trempealeau, Centerville, Holmen, and Ettrick fire departments. We'll get more info to you as soon as we have it. And the search for missing Winona mom Madeline Kingsbury continues. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joins us live in studio with how volunteers are searching and how you can help.
Yeah, Emily, Kingsbury has been missing for almost 2 months now. She disappeared on March 31st after dropping her children off at daycare. Today, volunteers searched the Minnesota and Wisconsin shorelines, looking in areas law enforcement haven't been able to cover. This includes Latch Park, which was impacted by flooding last month. As the search continues, her friend Michaela Repo wants people to know that anything helps.
A big thing to stress is no act is too small or too big.
Right.
Whether you're searching or posting on Facebook, sharing a post, like everything is very helpful right now.
And again, as we mentioned, she just appeared on March 31st after dropping her children off at daycare. Repo also told me they plan to continue hosting searches until law enforcement tells them to stop. Kingsbury's friends and family are also raising money for blue ribbons and light bulbs in honor of her birthday on Thursday. Emily.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Jeremy. Well, a benefit for Kingsbury is scheduled for June 10th at Watoka Tavern in Winona. Anyone can attend and donate. While Republican lawmakers and the White House appear to be on the brink of a deal on the debt ceiling as they work through the holiday weekend and under a looming deadline. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides has the latest.
With 9 days to go until the government could default on its bills, both sides appear to move closer to a deal that would raise the nation's debt ceiling. Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy striking an optimistic tone Saturday.
I feel closer to an agreement now than I did a long time before because I see progress.
As he left Washington for the holiday weekend on Friday, President Biden also seemed to hint that a deal could soon be on the horizon.
With regard to the debt limit, things are looking good, very optimistic.
Sources tell CBS News a possible deal includes raising the nation's borrowing limit and capping some spending for 2 years, while keeping Social Security, Medicare, veteran services, and military off the table for reductions. There's also talk of shifting $10 billion of new funding meant to ease backlogs at the IRS and using it to pay for other programs, possibly including healthcare and transportation.
This is not easy in any shape or form, but that doesn't back us away from it. You want to make sure you get an agreement worthy of the American public.
Republicans have pushed White House negotiators on expanding federal work requirements on some of the people who receive federal assistance, including benefits to help buy food. With most lawmakers gone for the holiday weekend, they will have to be called back to vote for a deal. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Well, Congress is adjourned for the holiday weekend, but could be called back, as we said earlier, and a 2-year deal means they won't have to negotiate this again until after the next presidential election.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Gary Canulti. You could not have picked a better start to a Memorial Day weekend. We have bright sunshine across our viewing area. Some wispy, thin cirrus clouds coming in from the southeast. Might turn us partly cloudy for a time tonight, but you can see no precipitation anywhere across Wisconsin, Minnesota, or Iowa. Low temperatures this morning were a little chilly. La Crosse dropped to 45, but Eau Claire was down to 37, and mainly 30s to the east of La Crosse. West of town, temperatures were more in the 40s, and you can see high temperatures so far today, generally around 80 degrees or above from La Crosse and Eau Claire westward, upper 70s for the rest of Wisconsin away from Lake Michigan, and look for a pretty nice evening. Temperatures will drop off to the middle 60s by 10 p.m. Look for an overnight low temperature of around 52 degrees by morning, but that will set up for a great rest of the Memorial Day weekend. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
Well, a massive sinkhole swallowed a car in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota on Friday. Fortunately, the driver was able to get out of the car just in time and was not injured. Officials say an underground water main break was to blame for this sinkhole. Water service was shut off to a number of area homes and that intersection was closed. And officials estimated it could take up to 48 hours to fix that water main break. Oh, that sucks. The unofficial start of the summer travel season is here. And another note, with airlines hoping to avoid the chaos of last year and travelers scrounging for ways to save a few bucks on pricey airfares and hotel rooms. Some travelers say they'll settle for fewer trips than they hope to take, or they'll drive instead of fly. Others are finding different money-saving sacrifices. Well, AAA predicts that 37 million Americans will drive at least 50 miles from home this weekend, an increase of more than 2 million from Memorial Day last year, but that's still below pre-pandemic numbers in 2019. The Transportation Security Administration expects to screen 10 million travelers between Friday and Monday. That's a 14% increase over the holiday in 2022 and slightly more than 2019. And up in the Twin Cities, the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport is busy. WCCO's Jennifer Mayerly takes a look at how holiday travel is hitting the cities.
Some drivers took off for the long holiday weekend early, hitting the road on Thursday. Others got out of work ahead of schedule on Friday.
I'm going to Madison, Wisconsin. We're just going to go out for the lakes and stuff.
Abby Anderson is filling up before traveling to the cabin Saturday morning.
About an hour and a half away, so not too far. It's perfect and looks like it's going to be a great weekend. And all my siblings and their kids will be there.
AAA says more people are hitting the road this holiday weekend, up from last year and close to reaching pre-pandemic levels. When it comes to air travel, more passengers are taking flights.
We're headed to Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, for a soccer tournament.
I'm going to see my granddaughter graduate out of high school.
Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport reports 40,000 passengers passed through the checkpoints on Thursday. Similar traffic is expected Friday, matching spring break levels, up about 10% from last year, and exceeding air travel over the Memorial Day weekend in 2019.
I feel like there's also this sense of like I missed out on so much time during the pandemic, and now I need to kind of make up for that a little bit.
Gabrielle and her dad are off to Philadelphia.
We come from a military family, so Memorial Day's, pretty special and all that entails. So, yeah, it's close to our hearts.
Jennifer Mayerly, WCCO News.
Well, MSP is not the only busy airport this holiday weekend. The Transportation Security Administration hit its highest checkpoint volume of the year on Friday. And coming up on News 8, staying safe from the sun. We'll take a look at a revolutionary new tool made to spot melanoma early. That's coming up later. But first, we'll share the story of how a Chicago reporter helped save a young migrant's life. That's coming up after the break.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping during the Memorial Day sale. Only at Home Furniture.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And a Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Hello, my name's Boris Gump. Chocolate? Mama always said buying a car was like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. Me and Jenny, we buy all our cars at Sleepy Hollow. They got new cars and used cars, a body shop, parts and everything. Like me and Nate, the Sleepy Hollow serviceman, we just like peas and carrots. I'm not a smart man, but if you need a car, you should be running to Sleepy Hollow.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 home shopping card with free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, a 2-year-old migrant girl was living with her family at a Chicago police station without her thyroid medication. She had small masses forming under her skin. While covering crowded conditions at that station in May, one reporter learned of her condition and brought her life-saving help.
While doing the story about the overcrowding here at the 12th District, I started talking with a family from Colombia, and I learned that the youngest member of that family was in desperate need of medication.
2 meses de que no toma medicamento.
Marjorie Catherine Ramon Martinez told me her 2-year-old granddaughter, Caine, has been without her thyroid medication for the past 2 months since they left Colombia.
En el cuerpecito
She told me inside her little body there are small masses that have been forming under Caine's skin. Her arms have also become swollen. When I asked if they told anyone, she said no. I told the family to come inside the 12th District with me. I translated for the family, telling police about Caine's condition. Police immediately called an ambulance. It arrived within minutes, taking the 2-year-old to Stroger Hospital.
Gracias a Dios, pues llegó usted, señora.
Marjorie thanked me and expressed her gratitude to the police for getting the help her granddaughter so desperately needed. Marjorie and her daughter, 18-year-old Yatsiev Camila Velasquez Ramon, along with her toddler and the baby's father, trekked across a jungle in Panama for 9 days, finally traveling through 5 countries before getting to Texas, then coming to Chicago. ¿Quieres un futuro?
Para mi hija.
Para tu hija?
Sí.
Yatsiev told me she wants a better future for herself and her daughter.
The reporter says she's spoken with the family since this report and learned the 2-year-old was given an IV and received a 30-day supply of thyroid medication. It's a happy ending. Coming up on News 8, mark your calendars. It's a chance to love your mother. A couple river cleanup dates are coming up. We'll take a look at when you can help out. And meteorologist Gary Canolti will have a look at your Memorial Day weekend forecast. That's coming up next, right after the break.
During the Memorial Day event going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to $300 on a Posturepedic Plus High Point Hybrid mattress. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
During the Memorial Day event going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Well, some Orange County doctors are using new high-tech tools to spot melanoma early so patients can get treatment as soon as possible.
So like this lesion right here, this lesion right here.
Dr. Stephen Wong at Orange County's Hoag Hospital demonstrates a handheld digital dermoscope being used for cancer diagnoses at the new melanoma and skin cancer program in Irvine and Newport Beach.
The diagnostic accuracy to about 85%.
200,000 cases of melanoma are discovered in the United States each year.
If you caught the melanoma really early, all you need is simple surgery. Your survival is almost 100%. But the problem is, if you let the melanoma grow, it can spread to the lymph node, spread to your lung. Now, the survival outcome is much lower.
New technology like this scope are helping physicians better diagnose skin cancer. Dr. Wong says it allows him to see lesions that he can't see with the naked eye. The accuracy of this advanced tool increases what he sees by about 25%. Dr. Wong has quite a bit of advice to protect the skin. Most people aren't using nearly enough sunscreen. Dr. Wong says no tan is acceptable. It causes DNA damage. It's important that we rely on more than sunscreen to avoid cancer. And don't wait to see a doctor if you notice changes in your skin. This melanoma patient takes this to heart.
So I would just say definitely wearing UV style protection clothing. You can find it anywhere. And going and have yourself looked at least once a year by a specialist.
Dr. Wong has just started using this whole body 3D imaging system, which is the first one on the West Coast. 92 cameras capture the entire skin surface to be used as a baseline to monitor changes.
You can map out every single lesion, you can measure the dimension, and you can build a histogram of all the lesions on that individuals.
The high-resolution photograph costs around $600. Insurance does not cover the scan at this time. In Irvine, Michelle Geely, KCAL News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Gary Canulty. You know, taking a look at our bottom line forecast, we're looking at some really nice weather for the next few days. High temperatures are going to be in the 80s through Tuesday, and then it turns hot. Look for high temperatures around 90 for both Wednesday and Thursday. There'll be a little bit of an increase in humidity, and that could lead to a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm as early as Wednesday afternoon. Maybe a little better chance for Thursday and Friday, but even then, probably only about a 30 to 40% chance of precipitation. For the rest of the Memorial Day weekend, look for a high temperature of 81 degrees with partly sunny skies for tomorrow, and then Memorial Day itself, look for a high of 83 again with partly sunny skies and low humidity. Now, the dry weather is good. Of course, we've had high river levels. Those have gone down, and the drought monitor shows Wisconsin in pretty good shape, but not far out to the west of us. You can see drought conditions continuing to expand across parts of Kansas and eastern portions of Nebraska. Extreme to exceptional drought conditions there. But high temperatures today warmed up very quickly. We're in the 30s and middle 40s this morning. Temperatures climbed up into the 80s, basically from La Crosse and Eau Claire westward, upper 70s across the rest of Wisconsin and the eastern portion of the Midwest. And those temperatures will probably rise by a degree or two for the next couple of days. Current temperatures are very close to the highs for the day, but take a look at the dew point temperatures. 30s, so the air is very dry. That means it cools off quickly at night. We'll look for low temperatures in the lower 50s by tomorrow morning. The dew point temperature is a little higher out to the west, and that's where most of the shower and thunderstorm activity has been. And that's where it'll stay because the jet stream is kind of taking all that precipitation northward into Canada. And right now we're high and dry. Other than some cirrus clouds that are coming in off the storm system well to our south and east, that might bring just a few more clouds tonight and tomorrow, Memorial Day, but it should not make much of a difference, at least as far as the sensible weather. Take a look at the weather map across the Midwest. Everything is up to the north and to the west. That's where all the fronts are. That's where the precipitation is. And as we take a look at future track, you can see just those cirrus clouds coming in from the southeast overnight. Temperatures will drop down to the lower 50s by tomorrow morning. High temperatures around 80 in both La Crosse and Eau Claire. A little warmer across parts of eastern and southeastern Minnesota and northeastern Iowa. Temperatures there may reach the middle 80s. And then again, temperatures cool off quickly at night, but not quite as cool as the previous night, probably middle 50s as we head into Monday morning. And then for Memorial Day itself, look for high temperatures, probably right around 83, 84 degrees. And Farther out into the future, there will be a weather pattern change. The warmest weather will shift back to the west. The Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for below normal temperatures with the highest probabilities to our east and to our south, but precipitation is expected to be below normal. That dry weather trend will continue at least into the first week of June. As we take a look at our 10-day forecast, you can see those temperatures ramping up to around 90 by Wednesday and Thursday. Again, a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm Wednesday afternoon and evening, a little better chance Thursday and Friday, and then the air dries out, temperatures start dropping off a little bit, but will be very comfortable into the start of the following week.
All right, that was Gary Canulty from our sister station in Madison helping us out. Thanks, Gary. Well, if you'd like to help clean up our waterways, there are 2 Mississippi River cleanup days coming up soon. So the first is on Friday, June 2nd. Volunteers can gather at the Trempolo boat landing. Registered volunteers will go to the landing they chose during registration to sign in, grab a shirt, a map, and trash bags. Volunteers will get lunch after cleanup is finished. And the La Crosse cleanup happens the next day on June 3rd. Check-in is also at 8, and after the cleanup, all volunteers are invited to Copeland Park for lunch. You can also register for this day online. This is the 30th year of the river cleanup, and the group has picked up nearly 750,000 pounds of debris and trash from the banks of the Mississippi. And coming up in sports, a big weekend for UWL athletics. The track and field teams are at the Division III championships, while the baseball team is trying to secure their spot in the College World Series. Kate is in next with the highlights.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Step up to GMC with 0.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort does free hot breakfast for the whole fam. They have waffles. And splendid pools. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Diapers and politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Well, here we go. Day 2 of the Division III Baseball Super Regionals down at Copeland Park as UW La Crosse and UW Stevens Point were battling for a spot in the College World Series. If the Eagles win the first game, they move on. But if the Pointers win, there will be a winner-take-all Game 3. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This first game was crazy. We'll pick things up in the 5th inning. Stevens Point already up 18-2, looking for more. Runner on third, and Bradley Comer gets one past the infield. One run comes across. Now make that 19-2. Stevens Point up big, but UWL wasn't going down without a fight. 6th inning, and Chris Vandenheuvel sends one deep to center field. Center fielder giving chase, but that's over the wall for a home run. Eagles now down 11. Same inning, Jordan Williams now at the dish, and Williams gets a chunk of this one. That's deep to left over the quick trip sign for another home run. It's now now 19-13. Next inning, 2 men on for Ben Larange, and he's going to take this one out to left, and that's another 3-run home run. It's 19-16. Eagles now down by just 1, but with a man on, George Seaman is going to give UWL the lead, a 2-run shot. It's now 20-19. We go to the top of the 9th. Eagles trying to hold on, but it's the Viroqua native Camden Oliver, the freshman, launches one to right, and that's gone for a 2-run shot. The Pointers add 5 in the 9th, and Stevens Point holds on in a thriller 24-20. I'll have highlights from Game 3 later on tonight. All right, let's switch to track. The UWL men's and women's track teams are in Rochester, New York, competing in the Division III Track and Field Championships. Both teams entered today with a chance to win it all, but no matter the team scores, a ton of Eagles earned All-American status. Let's start with the men's 4x100 team meter relay team. They broke the D3 record in qualifying, and we're looking to do it again today. Luke Schroeder coming down the final stretch, and he's going to finish with a time of 39.96. They break 40 seconds for the second time during the meet, and they're bringing home the gold. Girls 100 meter dash, keep your eye on lane 4. That's La Crosse native Lauren Jarrett, just a freshman at UWL, but she's flying. She takes second with a time of 11.61 and earns All-American status. What a day for her. And of course, in the men's 100, it's the fastest man in Division III, Sam Blazowski, making it look easy. He's going to break his own record, coming in at 10.13, taking in the gold. Now, unfortunately for the Aquinas grad and distance machine, Ethan Gregg, he was hit with a false start in the 5,000 meter race, a race that he had a good chance at winning. Now, the women's team was crowned national champions, while the men's team finished in second. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Get 4 Arby's Classic Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $10. That's 1 for now, 1 after that, 1 to celebrate the first 2, and 1 more because that's how many 4 is. Arby's, we have the meat.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Just 1 drop. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course.
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
When seconds matter, turn to the team that warns you first when it comes to severe weather, keeping you safe and ahead of the storm. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. Expect more.
All right, Emily, I mentioned Ethan Gregg false starting. You were a runner. Is false starting just the scariest thing ever?
That is my worst fear in the entire world. And on that note, thank you for watching News 8. We'll see you later tonight.